Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with a truth that will shake the very foundation of how you look at your goals. Goals don't determine your success. Systems do. Everyone has goals. The successful, the unsuccessful, the disciplined, the distracted. Everyone starts with the desire to achieve something great. But here's the problem. Goals alone don't change behavior, and they don't sustain action. If goals were enough, every resolution would be fulfilled, every plan would be completed, whilst every dream would be realized. But what separates those who achieve from those who quit is not the goal itself, it's the system they build to reach it. We live in a culture obsessed with the outcome. People dream about results, talk about results, and fantasize about results, but they rarely examine the process. Yet the process is everything. It is the daily routine, the repeated disciplines, the structures you put in place that carry you to the finish line. Without systems, goals are nothing more than wishes written down in a notebook. With systems, even the hardest goals become achievable because the pathway to reach them is clear and repeatable. Building systems begins with clarity. You cannot design a structure if you don't know the foundation it rests on. You must define not only what you want to achieve, but why you want to achieve it. The why fuels your discipline when the what feels overwhelming. Everyone sets goals, but having a goal alone does not mean you will reach it. Goals are simply a target, an idea of what you want to accomplish, but without a structure to guide your actions, they remain empty wishes. Systems are what bridge the gap between desire and achievement. A system is the routine, the discipline, the intentional framework that makes progress inevitable. It transforms vague ambition into measurable action. While goals can inspire, only systems can sustain. They turn hope into habit and habit into results, creating a clear path where once there was only intention. The outcome may be the dream, but the process is where transformation takes place. Too many people fix their eyes on the finish line, imagining the reward, but they neglect the daily grind that makes the victory possible. Focusing only on the result creates frustration when progress feels slow, but focusing on the process builds patience, consistency, and strength. The process teaches discipline, builds character, and shapes resilience. Every small step, every repeated action, every disciplined choice compounds over time until the result becomes unavoidable. True success is not found in chasing the outcome, but in mastering the process. Clarity is the fuel that drives every successful system, because without knowing exactly what you want, you drift aimlessly with no direction. When you define your goal with precision and connect it to a powerful reason why it matters, you give yourself the full energy to endure setbacks and challenges. A vague desire will collapse at the first sign of resistance, but a clear and deeply rooted purpose creates focus and determination. Clarity eliminates distractions, sharpens decision-making, and gives you the strength to say no to what does not serve your vision, keeping you anchored to what truly matters. Big goals can often feel overwhelming, but breaking them into daily non-negotiables makes them achievable. Success is never the result of one massive leap, but of consistent, repeated actions that build over time. When you commit to small daily steps, you create momentum that compounds into extraordinary results. Each task may seem insignificant on its own, but together they form the foundation of discipline and progress. By treating these small actions as non-negotiable, you remove the option of procrastination or excuses. What once felt impossible becomes inevitable as your daily habits gradually carry you closer to your ultimate vision. Discipline is powerful, but without accountability, it can easily fade when challenges arise. Accountability serves as the guardrail that keeps you on track, reminding you of the commitment you made when emotions run low. Surrounding yourself with people who push you to rise higher and refuse to let you settle for mediocrity strengthens your resolve. Accountability exposes excuses and replaces them with responsibility, forcing you to stay consistent even when you don't. Your focus corrects your drift and reinforces your system so that quitting is no longer an option and growth becomes inevitable. Motivation is fleeting because it depends on emotions, and emotions change from day to day. One moment you feel inspired and driven, and the next you feel tired and discouraged. Systems, however, do not depend on how you feel. They keep moving forward regardless of your mood. A strong system creates consistency even in the absence of motivation, ensuring progress continues no matter what. When the initial excitement wears off, systems carry the load, transforming discipline into automatic behavior. Over time, the system itself becomes your strength, and success becomes a natural outcome of following it faithfully every day.